Good morning, it is Monday the 19th of November already. It's crazy. As you may see from my red nose and hear from my voice, I haven't vlogged at all the last week because I lost my voice entirely. I had a cold at the end of the week before that, and it turned into full-blown tonsillitis, and it was brilliant. So handy to take care of a little boy who is autistic and needs to have everything repeated in a certain way when you have no voice. It was a very tough week, but it's a new week. I still have the cold and my voice is still scratchy, but I can talk and I can function. So I may look like Rudolph, but I can do stuff. So my first thing is, last week a lot of stuff had to be put off, and this week is Black Friday, and because I have a shop, it's very busy for me, so I have worked this weekend to prepare a lot of stuff for it. But what I need to prepare now is my planner. So I have my planner. I'm already in the Christmassy mood. I'm planning my to-do lists for the week roughly, to try and not have too many things on days. Like, I want to keep basically that bit free because I need to make orders. So yeah, I want to try and fit everything else there, but as you can see, there are appointments and stuff already, so I'm getting organized. Also, excuse me, we had some amazing news last week. A year and a half ago, almost, well, it was in September, end of August, not this year, the year before, 2017, James was wrongly diagnosed with epilepsy. He has some muscle spasms. They call them involuntary muscle spasms or something like that in his arm and his shoulder, and it didn't fit any kind of specific things based on the results they were getting. They did a lot of like EEGs and stuff like that to check his brain activity while they were happening, and there was no loss of consciousness, so it shouldn't be epilepsy. But in doubt, because it was the most plausible thing, they put it down as epilepsy, which meant that he had to surrender his driving license and try medication, and he needed to be symptom-free under medication for at least a year to be able to get his license back. Started to take the medication. It didn't do anything for the spasms, but gave him a lot of side effects. So he had to take a lot of medication to counteract the side effects, which is not great. It's like really annoying side effects. The muscle spasms don't hurt him, they last a split second. Basically his arm and his shoulder jump. But to me, they look like almost like a nervous tick. And then since he was diagnosed with Asperger's, and knowing from Alfie, autism, one of the parts of autism in some people anyway, can be nervous tics like this. So we talked about it with the psychiatrist who was doing the diagnosis, and she said yes, that would definitely be a big part of that. Then we talked with the epilepsy nurse, and she said he doesn't have epilepsy, the medication is not working, it will not at least improve anything and all that. So we started the journey to contest the diagnosis in the hope for him to get his license back. It took a whole year, but we did it. They've now ruled out that like it does not affect his ability to drive whatsoever. He doesn't lose consciousness, so there's no danger whatsoever. There's no reason why he should not drive, and we are getting his license back, and we are getting his car back on the road. So his car has been sitting in our driveway for a while. It's quite an old car anyway. It's his first car. It's a cheap one because it's just it's a car to get himself to the train station and back, and to go to appointments, and just very local driving. So it doesn't need a big fancy car. But it's been sitting there for ages, and the battery was flat. So we're currently charging the battery to even be able to drive it to somewhere to get a battery replaced. We need to sort out MOT, car tax, insurance, and all that. But if all goes to plan, within a month they should be back on the road. And it means that for me it's going to make such a massive difference, because right now he needs to be driven to the train station in the mornings, so his dad does that most days, and then I need to pick him up in the evenings, but it's quite late. It's the time the boys will be eating. I'm on the road all day, and he used to be able to bring Owen to dance class on Saturday mornings, and because he couldn't drive anymore, I have to do it, and that was the time where I was working. So I don't have much time to work in the week. I lost my Saturday morning work. It was just, it's been a very tricky year in terms of fitting around everybody, and because I was the only driver in the house, we always had to make sure that if James had an appointment, he needed to check that I wasn't at another appointment with Owen or Alfie first. All the boys in the house have a lot of appointments, so it was just really hard to fit everything around, and I was constantly on the road. I know it happens to a lot of people and all that, but it had a massive impact on my mental health myself, because I had no more time to work. I had no more time to do what I wanted to do, and I was really hoping that this would get back to a more normal thing, and even for James, for his self-esteem, to be able to not depend on people to get to places. We live in a very like a semi-rural area, so local like public transport where we are is not great at all, so he can't rely on that. So he would need to pay for taxis every day to get to the train station, which we can't afford. So he depends on people to drive him to places. So it's amazing that he can finally do that. It means that he could also go and play. He likes to play tabletop games, and he can go back to play that without feeling like I have to drive him there, keep the boys and all that. It's just, his social life is going to improve, his self-esteem is going to improve, my mental health is going to improve. It's just that one thing. If we lived in the city, like if we still lived in Belfast, it would be fine because local transport would be very good, but where we are, it's just not the case. So it had a big impact, and I was happy to do it because obviously it's not his fault, and you know, it's just the way things were. But it feels great to know that this is now, like within a month or two, it will all be sorted and all go back to a more normal routine, and being able to work more and all that. It's just makes life so much easier. So that was the great news we had last week. So yeah, I don't know how much I'll be filming this week. I'll just pick up the camera whenever I feel like it. But yeah, today is the quiet day of the week, so it's gonna be my day of meal planning, ordering the shopping, planning the rest of the week, sorting out like laundry and stuff like that. So then I make the second half of the week a lot easier for myself. Before I forget, I started yesterday to watch Vampire Diaries. I've never watched it before. God, this is great. Yeah, there we go. I hate Twilight. I really don't like it. I find it so boring and cheesy and rubbish. I've tried to read the books. They were not as bad as the movies, but it's just not my thing. So I kind of ruled out every vampire thing because of Twilight. And there's been quite a few people who said to me, I think you would really like it, because I do like supernatural stuff quite a bit. I love like fairies and witches and stuff like that. So I thought, it's a vampire thing, but maybe the story is still good. So everybody was saying to me, you need to watch it, you will like it. Even if it's vampire related, you'll still like it. So I've started to watch it yesterday. I've watched 5 episodes so far, and so far it's actually pretty good. I don't know if I will watch the whole thing, but I wanted a TV show to binge watch, something that has loads of episodes, and this is the case. So I'm just going to leave it in the background while I'm working and doing stuff and see how I like it, but I'll give it a go. If you have any shows, I've watched so many shows. I have Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Now TV to watch TV shows on. So we have a big selection. But I'm running out of shows to watch because either the things I'm watching I've caught up to what it's at, or I finished them. So if you have any good suggestion of TV shows, please leave them in the comment. I would love to know. Hello, it's now Wednesday and we're about to go in the car to go to dance class. I'm feeling in a very festive mood. This weekend we are getting the tree up. I don't care, it's not December yet. It's the last weekend before December is actually there, and the boys are off. They have a half day tomorrow and they're off on Friday because we have parent and teacher meetings. But our parent teacher meeting is tomorrow, shortly after they finish school, so it means we have the whole afternoon tomorrow and we have the whole day on Friday. And I just want to enjoy it and take our time to do it nice and decorate the house. We are leaving on the 19th of December, so we won't have much, well, we will have the full time to enjoy the tree. and by the time we come back it will be time to take it down, so I think we can do an extra week before that. Also this weekend I'm going to bring Owen to see Nativity Rocks in the cinema, and we have decided we are going to watch the first one today after dance class, the second one tomorrow, the third one on Wednesday, and then on Saturday we can go to cinema to see the fourth one. And the boys are ready. Owen is going to dance class. He has tap and modern today. Alfie is going to come in the car with me. We're going to go in the car, monkey. What is Alfie going to do in the car? Hold on, I'm trying to film. What's Alfie going to do in the car? You're going to bring Owen to dance class? No, you don't do the dance class. You're too small. When you're big, Alfie and mommy stay in the car. We're going to bring the tablets, and we're going to go in the shop. Alfie gets what are you going to buy in the shop, Alfie? We have a special little routine because Alfie waits with me in the car during an hour while Owen is in dance class. We go in the shop and we buy a little packet of Magic Star. What is it? Magic Star they are called?
It's called Milky. Yeah, Magic Star.
Magic Star. Yeah. Yeah. Are you both completely ready?
Yes.
Are you both waiting for me to be ready?
Yes.
Because I don't have my shoes on. I'm going to wear this. These when I have sad news. Okay, these horrible trainers I've had for maybe 12 or 13 years, and look, this is coming off. I think it's going to be time to replace the trainers, and it's Black Friday on Friday, so I think I'm going to keep an eye out. I'm not going to I don't want to buy anything we don't need. So there are a few things we need for the house, and we're going to have a look at this. But apart from that, I don't really want to overspend for stuff I don't need. But I mean, as you can see, I need trainers. I use trainers a lot for the school runs. So I think I'm just going to treat myself to some new trainers during Black Friday. What do you think?
You can trim them.
Trim them? And work on what? Because that's the sole coming off if I trim that.
But you say to trim them.
To trim them?
To trim yourself new trainers.
Or treat myself. No, not trim myself. Treat myself. And treat myself means that I'm buying something for myself. As a treat.
I thought you said
trim myself. Yeah, I'll just trim myself some shoes with some leftover like stuff we have in the recycling. I can make myself cardboard shoes. But we live in Ireland, it rains a lot. I think the cardboard shoes are not going to last.
Okay.
Anyway, we're going to go to dance class. We had a few minutes to kill, so I thought I would pick up the camera. Also, I bought no, I didn't buy. We have Amazon Unlimited for the music at the moment because we have Echo in the kitchen and Owen has an Echo Dot in his room. I might get another one, an Echo Dot for the office in the Black Friday sale because I'm in the office a lot and it's getting Christmassy and they are very cheap whenever you get them. We have the Prime anyway. But anyway, we have got 3 months free of Amazon Unlimited, so we're testing it. And the Greatest Showman Unlimited. The Greatest Showman Reimagined album is out and Pentatonix is on it. So that's two of my favorite things together, Pentatonix and The Greatest Showman. So we've been listening to this. It's a brilliant album, not just Pentatonix, everything. So we've been listening to that. Can you go and tell Alexa to be quiet, please?
And hurt me. Yeah.
Alfies, what hurt you? The zip?
Yeah.
Would you want me to
wash my hand?
Should I tell the zip off then, or Alfie?
Both.
Both. Alfie, don't do that because you're hurting Owen. And Zip, don't do that, you're hurting Owen. The reason why I'm in a festive mood and I'm happy is because we got a letter today to get Owen's appointment for the autism clinic. It's the first appointment and I'll be going on my own. It'll be in February, very early February. It's still a while away, but compared to how long it took for Alfie to get his first one, I never expected it to come so quick, so I'm very happy. Yeah?
We usually just say stop, but actually I said stop and be quiet please, and it actually still worked even though we added on.
Right, it's time to go because everybody's going crazy. Me included. Right, say bye-bye everybody.
Bye-bye.
Say bye-bye. Hello, it's the next day. It's Thursday. Today it's a half day at school for the boys, which is a good thing in a way. I just brought them to school and I had to stay behind for half an hour. Alfie had a very, very bad meltdown going in, and it's the first time he does that, and I can't help but worry about it, because last year when he was in the Sure Start program, he was fine going in. He actually was trying to leave at the end up to about Halloween time, and then after that to get him in was horrible. He was screaming every time, and it was just really tricky to deal with, and it was awful. I was waking up with that knot in my stomach, knowing that I would have to have him scream to go in, and it was just not good. But then he calmed down. Like after I was away, he calmed down really quickly. It's just the going in, and then I'm dreading this happening again. I don't want that. So I'm trying to remain positive. It's just one time. I have my phone with me. In the end, he didn't want to take his coat off, which he doesn't want to when he's not comfortable in a place, and he didn't want to take his backpack off, but he never does, and he didn't want to go in, so they offered for an assistant to go outside with him to see if that would work. They tried everything, and in the end we asked him, what do you want to play with, and he said numbers. We had no idea what he meant, but they eventually they have an iPad in the class that they use for ICT and stuff like that. Well, I think they have two. And there's times where Alfie needs a break from the group, and there's a few apps he plays on, and there's one that has numbers, so the teacher thought maybe that's what he's talking about. So I was standing where he couldn't see me to make sure, you know, it was okay for me to leave, but listening in, and he seemed to be calming down, but he was still crying when I left. But I told the assistant, just give me a call. I'm only 5 minutes away from the school anyway, and they finish at 11, so it's a shorter day even for him, because usually he stays until half 11. I'm hoping that he will get over whatever it is. I have no idea what triggered this. He was playing outside and he was happy to go in, everything like that, and then as soon as it was to go into the classroom, that's when it started. So I've tried a lot of things, nothing worked, and it's one of those times where I just have to accept that I might not understand what happened and what triggered it, because that's the case many times. And when he's in that state, he can't say what's wrong. If we ask him, he gets even more and more and more upset, so we need to keep talking to a minimum and ask very, very short questions with yes, no answers usually, because otherwise it's too much. Like, what do you want to play with, like a thing where he could, you know, say, when we've tried offering choices and all, and nothing worked, so tried that, and numbers was what came out. So yeah, it's just really, it's one of those days where I find it really difficult. But I was so positive this morning, because I've brought down, I've brought down all the Christmas decorations there. Well, what can be visible, so this is like Christmas tree and stuff for the room. We have some Playmobil advent calendars, and I'm one of those moms who reuses them, because they have loads of Playmobil to play with anyway. So we have this one with like a living room, and this one is like a scenery, and I've had this one potentially 7 years and this one maybe 3 years. And then we have, in France where I'm from, you have a little nativity scene. Usually it's made out of clay figures, but we are a bit Playmobil obsessed in this house, and I saw this one and I thought at least they won't break, and it means the boys can play with them and all that. So we have this, and yeah, and then I have all the rest there. We have a new Christmas tree, which is in the office at the moment, and we're going to do the tree this afternoon. I was using this to, I'm just thinking they are going to be off this afternoon and tomorrow, so we're going to use this time to watch some Christmas movies. We watched the first nativity movie yesterday with Owen. He cried so much. There's a point that's quite sad towards the end before it gets all better again, and I ended up having to tell him. He was in tears and he was like, this is just too sad, I don't want to watch it anymore. And I said, Owen, I promise you, keep watching, because it's a Christmas movie and then they never end badly. Now I do hope nobody's going to have the idea of doing a Christmas movie. That's really horrible, but I will control that. But Owen is extremely sensitive and overly emotional, and in movies he cries so much. So anyway, we're going to watch the second one today. I don't think the second one is actually, no, the second one is, I remember right now, it's not as sad, so should be good. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the fourth one. I had never watched those movies until maybe 5 years ago or so. I think when the second one came out, maybe I watched the first one, and then last year I watched 1, 2 and 3, and I showed them to Owen, and they make me feel so Christmassy. I love children's Christmas plays. We didn't have that in France, and this is something about here I love. So, and Owen this year is not taking part in the plays anymore. He's taking part in a carol concert thing, but Alfie will be in a play. I cannot wait to see how this works, because I have no clue how they're going to make this happen. Really, I have no clue. Now, an hour and a half before I have to go and pick both of them up, and then I have the parent and teacher meeting at 11:45 and 12, and James's mom is going to come over to the house to mind them, because I'm only away for like 45 minutes max. So instead of me driving out and back and forth, she said, if you want, I'll just come and mind them in your house, so it's easier. So that's handy. And then after that we'll have lunch, do the tree, and put the Christmas movie on, and everything will be fine. Yes, I just my mommy heart right now is struggling, because I have to trust those people to take care of him when he's extremely vulnerable, and it's part of what I need to learn, what he needs to learn, but I'm not gonna say it's easy. I know what I'm gonna do while I wait to try and get my mind off it. I'm gonna put some vlogs on YouTube from, I don't know whoever I need to catch up on, and wrap. I've received some Christmas presents for James yesterday that I need to wrap. There's more coming today, but I doubt they will come before the boys are back. So I'm gonna wrap what I have, watch some cozy vlogs, and relax. Yes, that's a good plan. I'm off to get the boys. I didn't have to go early, so I'm really excited. Guess what we're doing? We're making a tree.
Yep.
You can do it. He was pretending to put one for the picture because I needed a picture for it. But are you putting the jingle bells on, Alfie?
Yeah, on the Christmas tree.
On the Christmas tree, yeah. Do you like to do the Christmas tree, Alfie? Uh-huh. Yeah. Right. Can you put some at the back? Yeah, I made that one. Do you like it? Oh, did I get a hug because I made it? Yeah. This is one when I was test driving what Christmas decorations to make. I tried this one.
The white one.
The white one now? Do you like that?
On that.
On the back? Okay, you do it.
And trees on that.
On the back of the tree, yeah?
Oh, look. Do you want you to put it down?
Right, can we move Owen's then? When you move yours, okay?
Alfie.
And no pushing, Alfie.
Owen, why?
Owen is going to move and make you some room, and then you can do it.
Stop it. Oh.
Hey, no fighting behind the Christmas tree. I can see you and I have video proof of it. Right. So we have the tree done. In here we have our Playmobil nativity. This is going to be the 2 calendars. So this year Alfie is going to open the forest one, and then the living room one. We have a little tree. Those are kind of like glass stuff. A little elf. A plate for cookies for Santa.
And there's a little snowball.
There are candles in here. There's our music boxes. We have this there. We have some what do you call this again? Mistletoe. Here I've put the stockings, although they might come out if we make fires. Then we have an angel. Okay, I'm going to try and remember where they are from. So this is IKEA. This is from a local small shop. IKEA. Sainsbury's ages ago. IKEA. This I'm not sure. Rachel got it for me in one of the Christmas calendars we did. IKEA again. Then up here we have, I can't remember where that's from. It's probably one of the calendars or something. These are IKEA too. IKEA. This is a handmade shop business that makes signs, and I ordered this one.
And there's this thing that Mom made.
Yeah, I made last year a little like snow globe kind of thing with a light inside.
And that says the cutest Christmas decoration ever.
Thank you, Owen.
No.
Then this is from Paper Chase. This is from Sainsbury's a few years ago as well. And then this there was from Dunnes Store. We have this there. Oh, I can't even remember. We've had it. That might have been IKEA. This wasn't, but I can't remember what it was. This wreath there is a fake one. It's from Tesco's a couple of years ago. Then these are potentially my favorite Christmas decoration.
Why do we have this in the living room?
Because I'm using it. These are from Dunn Store. I have 3 and I wish I had more. It was because I know we don't have any Dunn Store home store anymore. And this one, this was my favorite type of Christmas style stuff. This was from one of my friends. I think it's from, what do you call it? Flying Fox? No, Flying Tiger. There. And yes, you really want to show that Christmas globe, don't you?
I really like it.
Right. It would be good though if you don't play with it all the time, because Alfie might grab it and it breaks. This one is glass, okay? So maybe keep it for when Alfie's not in the room. Okay? And do you want to tell what we're going to watch next?
Nativity 2!
It's now the next day. So far we've watched Elf, we've built some Lego, and we're now doing some Christmas craft. Alfie, what's your top? It's going to have paint on it? Yeah.
No, put it down!
Okay, well, put it down if you want. He doesn't want to put his sleeves up. We can't get him to wear an apron, and this is one of his favorite tops. So Owen is making a snowman.
Yep.
Alfie's making Christmas tree. This is one big Amazon box we got yesterday for a delivery, and we are...
And most of it was paper, so we used the paper to cover the table, and then the rest is going to be used for arts and crafts, basically just the cardboard is the rest.
So they're both making a shape, and then we're going to cut out Christmas tree decorations for Alfie, and for Owen we're going to do like a hat and different things. So yeah, so hopefully by the end it will look really nice. And also I've made bolognese sauce that is currently, oops, sorry for the steam, simmering there beside us. We're listening to Christmas music, but oh, there's loads of steam now. Great.
And we had to stop it because it was copyright.
Yeah, Owen can explain to you why did you have to stop it?
Because it's copyright.
There's copyrights on the songs, and if I put copyrights on my video on YouTube, they're going to tell me don't do that. And sometimes they can pull the video offline depending on what song it is. So I've paused it, but yeah. And then yesterday we bought in Tesco like some felt shapes like this. We bought some glitter. We bought more glitter. We bought some PVA glue.
I think I'm doing quite good.
Yeah, you're doing very good. So I'm now going to cut
lots of layers.
Yeah, that's good. But sometimes, you know what you should do? Spread it out, then let it dry a little bit, and then go over again. It will work better to cover it.
Okay.
I had to put acrylic white paint under the belly first, because there was writing on the cardboard. You need more green here, Alfie? Problem sorted. He got paint on his sleeve, but we got a new top, and there's no problem with the sleeve because it's a short sleeve one. Do you like your top with cards? Is it really nice?
Yeah.
But let's finish this tray. My sauce is ready. I've let it simmer for about 2.5 hours on a very low heat, but it makes it extra nice. So whenever I'm in the house and I can, that's what I do. So far Owen has now done the other layer, and as you can see, there's glitter on the snowman, and there's a hat with glitter on it too. Everything is drying. We've done the painting bit.
What about the music?
Oh yes, I forgot to take the music off. Alexa, pause. Thank you, copyright master.
Should you restart it?
No, it's okay because it was slightly in the background. It's okay. So, Alfie's tree is painted. It's drying. He's also done some decorations. So we have some bubbles and a star, and I've also cut out, because it took so long for him to do that, I thought we're going to do the assembling of everything after. So I've cut out some little circles of foam, like glitter foam thing, whatever do you call this? What do you call this? Do you know those things? Glitter foam, exactly. So we have loads of colors. I'm going to show you what we have in our arts and craft box after. Actually, we're finished with the painting, I think, haven't we? Because then your scarf is going to be made of wool or felt.
Yeah. And
then the pom-poms sticking, the buttons, we have the eyes, and it's all sticking after that, isn't it, for you?
Yeah.
So we can tidy up the paint.
For me.
For you, and for Alfie too. Alfie's finished with the paint. So we still have loads of cardboard, so we can make more stuff another time. So I've shown it before in other vlogs, but I know some of you are new here, so I'll show you what we have. So most of the stuff comes from the works, from Tesco's, from pound shops. It's all very affordable supplies that I've gathered over the years. So here we have a box, tissue boxes with paints. Most of our paints, all of our paints is from Tesco's. I absolutely love their Go Create paint. I think it's brilliant, and I think it washes really well off clothes, so that's a must as well. They also have stuff like glitter paint, glow in the dark paint, and all that. And then they sell, like, I bought more of those yesterday. It's like a paintbrush set, and we have had quite a few over the years. Like they also do stuff like rollers for paints and different scrapers and all. It's just nice for different techniques. Then we have a lot of PVA glue, because I keep forgetting I buy some, and although this one's probably old now, but this is the Tesco one, and then it also comes like this. I love this shape of bottle. I find it really handy, and we have a cat in the box. Then we have a selection of papers and some coloring books as well there. So white cards, assorted card, different colors. This was Tesco's is good as well for things like seasonal kits. So they have, like, that was an Easter one where you scrunch up a tissue paper to make cards. They always have little, I love their craft section. I think it's very complete. I always find loads there. Then we have some pipe cleaners that come from different pound shops. Then we have some holographic paper, also from Tesco's own range. Tissue paper assortment. This foam glitter, that's also Tesco's. I love this foam glitter a lot. So this goes in there. I'm tidying up at the same time now that I don't need some of the stuff. Then we have this for the paints. It has other pots of different colors that are in the sink at the minute. Also Tesco's, very handy, easy to clean. We've had this since Owen was about 2 years old. They still sell it, and I love it. I've bought it for several gifts before. Then we have like a box of markers and all. We have a box of other tools like crayons, glitter glue, glue sticks, tape, safety scissors, bigger chunky crayon, pencils. So that's kind of all other things like this. And then we have this, which is potentially my favorite box, and it has all like embellishments and stickers, googly eyes, feathers, glitter, pom-poms, little foam shapes, feathers. What do we have? More shapes, stickers, lollipop sticks, like googly eyes, a lot of those things. These are all coming from packs we got in the pound shop mostly. The wax is really good for that too. But it's a box we've had, so I've lost star glitters. I used to be a childminder, so I had quite a few of those, and I was regularly buying things, not because I needed them, but because they were a very good price, and I always get around to using them. And we have this big massive box that goes under Owen's bed. It's a craft box, and we just put things in it. Also aprons from Tesco's too. It's just so handy to have, because we didn't plan today to do arts and crafts, and we thought, well, we thought about it yesterday, but it wasn't a big planning thing. And so we had all this, and we just made stuff with like rubbish, like from Amazon, and what was in that box. So yeah, usually when I go to the pawn shop or to the works, or I go around the island, if there's something, sometimes they have those bumper packs with loads of like pom-poms, feathers, pipe cleaners and all that, like for £1 or £2, and there's so much in them, and we just keep them in the box, and then it does get used. Because I feel like sometimes I had bought like proper sets to create such and such, and then there was all the leftovers, and they were never used because they were put in a box separate. So having everything all in one box really helps. So that was my tour of my kids arts and crafts box. And yeah, it's a big box, but I mean, given how much stuff there is in it and all the stuff you can do with it, I think it's not too bad. It could be worse, but I'm trying to make sure everything we own for the kids art and craft fits in this box. Hello, it's the next day again, and I'm here with Owen. We are about to leave. We're going to dance class.
I just exited basically Minecraft world, and it's
Hold on. There had to be some Minecraft talk.
this one.
Okay, so if you're ever playing in our house, this is the world you need to use. Or not, I don't know. Anyway, we are going to Owen has ballet this morning, and then right after we're going quickly to the cinema to see Nativity 4. We have 45 minutes before the end of ballet, the time the movie starts, which is doable, but we're just gonna have to be quick. So while Owen goes to dance class, I will be getting some snacks in the shop. What's going on? Oh well, that's my phone going to tell me it's dance class in half an hour. You need to kind of get a move on. Anyway, yes, I'm gonna bring a book. We're gonna bring my tablet with some Netflix stuff saved on, and wait for Owen, and then we're going to have some Christmassy time.
And Nativity 4 is really cool. Nativity rocks.
Nativity rocks. We're going to see. Anyway, let's go. We'll tell you after how the movie was. See, bye. Bye. Alfie's eyes are gone. Oh dear. Where did your eye go, Alfie? Where did your eye go? Where did your eye go? There they are. Somebody missed his mommy while I was away. Oh. So the movie was really good. I actually liked it. I like the first one the best, for sure, and I like the third one the least. But I think the second and fourth are on the same level for me. I was very, very worried about the fact Mr. Poppy wasn't in the movie anymore, but his brother is in it, in the story, and he does a good job at stepping in, I think. I don't think he's quite as good as Mr. Poppy, but I was really worried it would be rubbish for that reason, but I needed to go and see it. It's a very nice, feel-good, festive movie. It's very light. There's nothing, you know, too deep, although they have added a few subjects that I think are really nice touches. But yeah, if you're hesitating because you're worried about the fact that Mr. Poppy is not in it, go and see it. It's honestly really, really good. Owen loved it. Now, he said this was the best movie ever. He potentially says that as when we exit any kind of movies at the moment. So, but he loved it, and I think he said it was his favorite. Owen, which one is your favorite of the Nativity movies now?
Nativity rocks.
Nativity rocks. So the fourth one. Yeah. So yeah, that was really good. I'm now going to stop vlogging. I think I'm going to stop vlogging for the weekend actually, and just do some of my orders I got, and then just relax tomorrow. I just want to homey day. And yeah, now I'm gonna have a cup of tea, have some hugs with this little one because I haven't seen him much today. And do you want to say bye bye, Alfie? Bye bye. See you in the next vlog.
Next vlog.
Do you want to sing a little song before we go? No?
Yeah.
Yeah, which song do you want to sing?
The wind bus.
The Wheels on the Bus? Okay, you can sing The Wheels on the Bus. What's next? The wipers?
Yeah.
How does the wipers go?
This is a bus. I want to
For the fingers? The one finger you do them? What do they do? Is it a mash-up? What are you doing in the fingers?
That's you.
Two?
I'm going to try and get that.
Are you doing the wipers?
See how strong it is.
Triangle?
Yeah.
Show the camera your triangle. Are you a shark now? Are you doing all the song? Want to say bye-bye now?
No.
Not yet? What do you want to do? Baby shark? Right, do baby shark then. How do you sing it?
I get the special coin for it as well. Those my meat
Are you all done?
No.
No?
That's what I mean. And now we're going to see my results and see if I get it right.